Paying attention to anything related to Pokemon, you might realize the Worlds is going on right now. Yes, Pokemon Worlds, where people are flown out and they play the TCG, try their very best to win, get some trophy cards, gets a little bit of the money, get a little bit of the fame, right? It's taking place in Hawaii currently. You may have also seen certain creators that are chilling in Hawaii, where some people are actually flown out there as special creators. Some people went out there on their own. Some people are doing their thing, having fun, looks like a great time, blah, 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 blah. I know what you've also seen, though. I know the other thing you've probably seen. The best thing about Worlds is, hey, do you want some Worlds exclusive merch? Do you want some of that cool Pokemon stuff? Yeah, well, this ukulele that normally costs $60, you're going to pay $400 for that right now. I don't advise anybody to buy this. I really don't. I think there is a fair shot that this might drop on the Pokemon Center normally. Besides that, it's just a ridiculous fucking price to pay for a ukulele. I really want one of those ukuleles too. I need one in case I ever need to make an apology video. I need it's perfect. It's for me. I'm in that genre. I need one. It's basically an expense for me and what I do here. That's fucking stupid. Anyway, what really gets brought up around Worlds? It's never really the actual TCG itself or people playing the game. Look, I love the Pokemon TCG. I can watch people play the TCG all day. A lot of people here, they're not going to watch it. It doesn't make them any money. It's not a product they can flip. It's not a fucking chase card they can pull. It's not a live break. Unfortunately, to most people in this hobby, and I don't care what anybody says, I don't care what anyone says. Get mad at this if you want. I don't care. Most people don't watch it. They don't care, and the TCG is basically something that could exist or could not exist to the vast majority of people in this Pokemon space. I'm sorry, that's how it is. I don't make the rules. I don't like that it's that way. I think the TCG players should have more of a priority and more of a standing here in the actual space, but collectors and investors dominate this shit. Don't know what to tell you. But one thing that always comes out of actual Worlds, one thing that always never fails is some kind of controversy that gets some player either disqualified or gets them a loss or something like that. And this is no exception. There's a Screen Rant article. If you want to actually fully go and find this person's name on stuff, feel free. But we have an instance of an individual right here that made a very inappropriate gesture. He was the top 8. He had recently won a match, and this was what he did in response to that. He did a nice little, oh yeah, what's that? Let's play that again. We're going to put that on repeat for a little bit. We're going to have that going for like 30, 40 seconds. YouTube will be the ultimate deciding factor if this is appropriate or not. We'll see if I monetize still after this. Anyway, he was just doing this. He was just, playing the old choke the chicken. He was doing this stuff, right? It looks like, in my opinion, what's going on here is he's rolling the dice. So instead of doing a coin flip, you have the option to roll a die. If you get like all odds, it's a head. If you get all evens, it's a tail, something like that. And that's what it looks like they're doing to me. However, just looking at this right here, I've definitely done a little bit of that before. It's definitely something all Pokemon fans in their high school days, I'm sure they're a little familiar with a little bit of that. I'm sure people have made that gesture to people when they beat someone before. I can't tell you how many Smash games I've played. Just destroying somebody and just being like, suck it, nerd, or something. Like, I know what that means as an adult. I can see what that probably means for someone who's just playing the game. It's very contextual, especially if they had rolled a dice and just got a coin flip or something like that. I'm not 100%, but at the same time, it's Pokemon. Are we really surprised that they actually gave someone a loss? I think they netted them a loss for this. I don't know if they were necessarily disqualified, but Pokemon gave them that loss, which I think knocked them out of the actual top 4 or something. And in that case, basically it was just like, yeah, there you go, eat that. And that's the biggest thing I've seen come out of Worlds. Is anybody truly surprised that Pokemon does this? Is anyone truly surprised that they deem this an inappropriate gesture? Look at the content creation space as a whole. You play ball, you get things from Pokemon. Dude, if I wanted to be Mr. Rogers, I would already have been flown out there. I'd be opening booster boxes of every set sponsored by Pokemon. I'd be doing all this stuff. I really wanted to play that way. Unfortunately, that's not me. Doesn't fit my personality at all, and it's just very disingenuous. It's very fake. I'm sure there are some Pokemon creators, Pokemon fans that are like that. It's not me, and it would come off very bad like that. Hey, doesn't matter if I'm like that or not. Pokemon likes one thing, and they reward people who play ball. It's no fucking exception for anybody who gets to Worlds like this, alright? There's no way someone made it to the top 8 of Worlds and not once was given the actual policies, the actual terms that people want to do with Pokemon, the actual things you're not allowed to do, the things Pokemon says okay, don't do this is unsportsmanly, don't do this, these gestures are bad, keep everything like this. Pokemon likes to keep things rated G if possible. PG is about as far as I think Pokemon's willing to go, and straight up choking the chicken at somebody, or rolling dice. Yeah, that's definitely something that Pokemon's gonna look at and be like, yeah, we don't tolerate that. It's a little bit too close to something else. It's Pokemon. You gotta play ball, and there's people that play ball and get rewarded all the time. There's no way someone who made it to the top 8 did not realize that that was something that like you probably couldn't do. Did it happen instinctually? Sure. Are mistakes made? Absolutely. I guarantee a person like could roll it back. Probably wouldn't have happened again, but it happened. It's something that Pokemon, like made an example of, and it ultimately resulted in a change of who made it to the top 4 and netted that person a loss. Whether you think it's actually right or wrong or not, I wouldn't have disqualified the person for that. Can't tell you how many games I played where it was like, yeah, fucking suck it, nerd. Yeah, get that shit out of here. I beat the hell out of you. Or like someone did that to me, where I did that. At least for me, in my job, like if you're not getting made fun of a little bit while you're playing the game, if you're not actually like, lightheartedly jabbing at people, you don't like the person. You do that kind of stuff to people that you're friends with. You do that kind of stuff to people to let them know, hey, you care. Obviously, it's in a joking nature, but you give people a little bit of the shit. You give them a little bit of the ooh, ah. I think he was giving a crowd a little bit of that. Here's what I did to him. I rolled that dice on him, right? I gave him the whole thing. Like, no one's dumb. Everyone kind of knows what happened. Is it a shame that happened? Sure. Is it a shame that this is what Worlds really gets known for? What the actual gets out from Worlds at all? Sure. It's not about the TCG. It's like way less about the cards. It's all about that sweet, sweet merch, and it's all about them fucking controversies, baby. But that's Pokemon for you. That's what it is. That's all I got. How do you feel about it? Let's roll a little bit more. How you feel about this? How you feel about this whole choking the chicken thing? How you feel about that? How you feel about the old dice roll? Giving the old Zack and Mira. Just he's got one move, baby. Roll that dice. He's got one thing he can do. How do you feel about it? Me personally, I wouldn't have DQ'd for him, but I understand it's Pokemon. This is not surprising from them at all. They like I said, they keep things as G-rated as possible, and people that play ball get prizes. People that say the fuck word like me, you don't get prizes. That's just how it goes. You make your choices. You lay in your bed. It happens, okay? It's not that big a deal to me. I can see where it is to them. How you feel about it? That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin. See you later. Have a good one.